So I've got two boys, but they are completely different. One likes craft and is quite conscientious and focuses, has got a good attention span. The other one is completely crazy, climbs the walls and is all over the place. So how have you had to adjust to talk to them about, to different personalities in your children about God?
Yeah, I think it's always a challenge again. It's working out how their connection with God, and actually the bottom line is they've got to find that for themselves. I can help them. I've got one that's super creative. Again, music is huge in this house, so they will often come to a piano and just play and express their emotions and, stuff through that. And I think allowing them to find their relationship with God and who He is, again, is a challenge. Some of my children love reading, so they'll read amazing books and get closer to God and ask questions. Some of them aren't interested in that. I've got one who's incredibly sporty, and she wants to be on the football pitch a lot. And so how does God fit into that? How do I get her to, it's a challenge. One of them struggles with church sometimes, they don't want to go. It's continually asking God on an everyday basis, give me what I need today in order, give me wisdom, give me the words, tell me when to speak, tell me when to be quiet. Give me, God, everything that I need today to do today well and to be the best mum I can for my kids. And sometimes I have a good day and sometimes it all goes pear-shaped and it's not great. And it's adapting, learning that it's not all about me as well. Don't take it on board. Don't feel guilty that it's all up to me. Actually, God sees the bigger picture. He's a heavenly Father. He understands. He's kind, going over things that He is. He's new mercies every day. Holding on to those little proverbs, those little truths, actually are really freeing and allow me to be who I am as well. I am a mum, but I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a friend. I want to be good in all those areas. So it's allowing me to be me as well and not take on board all the bad stuff and the guilt that I know a lot of mums do.
So you mentioned that one of your children doesn't really like going to church at the moment. How do you deal with that? What do you say?
And when I say one of them, I'm sure all of them at some stage would just say, do you know what? And even myself, hands up, days that I have felt like, do you know what? I'm not sure I can walk in to a whole group of people today. I don't feel it. And so we talk very much as a family about how we feel and when we feel like doing things and when we don't feel like doing things and what do you do with that. And there is definitely a balance. We're not all robots and we don't all feel things. But and then there's the discipline and there's something that's good for you that we all know is super important as well. So I think letting them know that sometimes we don't feel, and at different ages you probably have to go different ways. But for one of mine at the minute who is struggling to go to church, I just say, come on, we'll do this. I know you maybe don't feel it. Mum understands that. Let them know you understand. I think that feeling of doing something is really quite strong. So letting them know you understand, but knowing that this is good for them. So I think it's letting them know you understand those feelings, but also being really authentic and discipline is sometimes good in that.
It's hard not to care about what other people think when you don't take your child to church, perhaps, or you feel like you need to be doing something. What would you say to parents that are struggling with that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a real deal. I'm a pastor's kid, so I remember those feelings of how it should look. And I think that's probably made me want to maybe do the opposite sometimes and think, I'm not going to do what this looks like. I want to be really authentic in who I am. And so I think not rebelling against, because I'm not up for that, I've got no time for the rebelling thing, but just being really true and really authentic about how we feel about stuff and allowing my children to feel that.
And that helps them feel valued, I guess, as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then be praying for the areas that they're finding hard in church. Friendship groups are really, if you haven't got a friend in church or you haven't got something that you really love, or you don't enjoy the worship, or it's too loud. These things are real, and you don't want to belittle those things. So I think just listening, understanding, coming alongside, praying for some of this stuff is really important.